aggressive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass, it's Witherspoon. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. Still get a pass breakup, but man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Hunt is on its way. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And the punt team able to smack it to the ground. They've got his 1st and 10 at the 50. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. They'll start this drive going to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Prince.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Looking for a gap, it's Prince. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a 1st down.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
To the ground, he's got it again.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
The Sooners are on the move. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on.
He's going for the goal line, and he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Sooners!
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the 1st quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Handoff to the
this guy. He has got incredible speed.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Right back to the well. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Witherspoon. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Rainbow Warriors come to the line in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you can find in the entire country.
He snagged him, and he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Might be calling a hot route.
One back, baby, one back.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the big fella. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them up.
Yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Breaks it inside the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Oregon has the lead currently in Autzen Stadium, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Ohio State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He'll pull it on to Reed. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative penalty.
And you gotta love the versatility of the big fan. You throw him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen. You put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win this. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but you know this guy is a big part of their passing attack. You saw the last game out, he had multiple catches from the running back position. They're going to try to get that established in this game.
Ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock.
Got it. Moves.
They'll go to the air. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab left side. Running free. Touchdown Sooner. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the move running back. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Witherspoon. Fires to the right. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Trying to move the the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. And the Rainbow Warriors will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. They want to throw it.
Here's a hit. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Touchdown! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really snap, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively we're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
To the air, it's Witherspoon. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
The Rainbow Warriors have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Rainbow Warriors will call on their punt team. Hauls it in at the 40. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
And the Sooners in a good spot here with second and short. Trying to impose their will with the run. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that...
It's right inside the 20. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
2-9 Philly.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Lawrence. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Here we go.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, it's Witherspoon. Throws for the tight end. Taking it the other way. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Sooners! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Louisville has the lead right now, but it's not like Lamar Jackson is under center out there today, which might explain why this one is so close. They're up by 4 over Kent State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Cricket.
Motion from the wideout. Back to throw. It's Witherspoon. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some space. Near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score. But man, you've dug yourself an early hole. And this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
691. Gators Farm. Here we go.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Flips it out in the flat. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line on a big pickup on that one.
One of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. And how about this tight end finding that soft spot after the play action frozen?
It's tough to do sometimes for these tight ends to kind of find zone defense and find the areas they need to work.
And to the end zone he goes.
Nice job by this offense. Pull the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup, found a little something on this drive. See if we can play with this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they got further into that lead.
And that's tough to defend, right? We're 5 wide, spreading us out across the field. These windows become a little bit bigger when you do that, and they were able to convert, and as a result, they walk away with 8 points on the drive.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Now the play fake. Skips away from pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the 1st down at the 41.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his...
He's taking the shot. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him, so we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down to force incompletions.
He's knocked down at the 33, and that's short of the line to gain, and let's see what they do on 4th down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. No good. Guys, after this field goal, the lead is still 23.
defense is playing with their confidence that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So
Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Sends it back in motion. Back to pass. It's Witherspoon. They'll run the screen. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Gets the back moving. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got his man on the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Okay,
Well,
ready?
they dial up on second and a long way to go.
Get set, get set.
Tight end now in motion. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Using his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Rainbow Warriors kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden opportunity right now to finally break the seal.
Looking for a man. It's Witherspoon. Touchdown, Hawaii! Quick strike from the air for the score.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game, scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
Looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Throws to the tight end. To the end zone and is picked off.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time he just tried to force it into a tiny window, ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field.
Griffin!
They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll pull it down and run. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running too. This guy is the definition of a dual-threat quarterback, and right now, this defense has no answer for him.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
Easy.
Wide receiver going in motion. Intercepted. The defense is set him up. Speeding to the left side. From inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Sooner offense returns to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this, it's rain, and you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
This offense has it with really good field position. Back to throw, it's Witherspoon. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Dumps it off in the press. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Blasted as he lets it go. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
The QB did a great job hanging in the pocket, showing great toughness. But I will tell you this, that offensive coordinator ain't happy. He doesn't want to see those hits continue to pile up on his QB.
And the Rainbow Warriors with the 1st and 10.
Yankee blue. Yankee blue.
He leaves it with his back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to the ground with the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one fall mode. I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
I like the alertness by this defense. 1st and goal, usually a running type situation. They were ready for the pass, broke on the football, and that could have been a huge play for this defense.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
Cobra. 691. Get a spark.
Looking to pass. It's Witherspoon. Little screen to the running back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown!
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They go to the ground. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Trying to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
Well, he got you 2 on 1st down. He got you 2 on 2nd. 2 won't get it done on 3rd. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Pulls it in and looking upfield. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. And a chance to muddle things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw, it's Witherspoon. Working that wide receiver screen. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They've got the ball in midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Looking for more. The 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The Rainbow Warriors can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Catch in the middle, it's Street. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To the air. It's Witherspoon. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. And an explosive play. Has him on the move. And he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar player. Like, but now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers. Hit him a few times. Make him feel uncomfortable.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting a big gainer to the 30.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed. And because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Oh, no, popped out.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And the Rainbow Warriors trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Might be changing the route. To the air on 2nd down. He's got his hand across the middle. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those 1st downs. Get those big chunks.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Makes the catch. It's Street. Ripping up a huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
The Rainbow Warriors didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. From the red zone, looking for a space. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the air, it's Witherspoon. Extending the play. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the need to make a stop here. And the Rainbow Warriors want to pick up the tempo. Wants to pass. He wants it all. And the comeback is on. Has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens. Get you close in the ball game. The defense doesn't come out here. Get a stop. Get that ball back to the offense.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Kent State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. RPO complete to open the drive. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moving forward just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll haul it in right around the logo. And the return man is stopped. And now we'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. And man, has old Uncle Mo swung on their side, Jesse.
And this offense is feeling it too. They've made some big plays now.
There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll move the tight end. Dropping back, it's Witherspoon. Swings it out to his running back. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that's perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is first downs and just make that clock run.
Pound 55, sweep. Warning.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Street. A quick tackle made, and he's got ready for the first down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. You keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning the ball.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal.
Lasso. Lasso.
Tries again to get it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. Looking downfield, it's Witherspoon. Trying to barrel in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. This to tie things up in the final minute. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Final minute of play. We are deadlocked. Guys, what a finish we're experiencing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Corner's going to give them room. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
On the double.
So now it's second and long.
Here we go.
Looking up top, and time is of the essence. He hurls one deep down the left side. And this is going to intercepted. Big play to tie game. And a great regulation. Got more football ahead. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
This just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Okay.
First play of the first possession of OT.
Let's go.
Looking downfield, it's Witherspoon. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time on target. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
Got it.
Just a couple they need to pick up here on third and short in overtime.
Slam.
They'll go to the air on third and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
After that incompletion, it's now fourth and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
Okay,
They
ready?
believe they'll need a touchdown to win this thing. They're going for it on fourth down in overtime.
Razor, razor. Cobra.
On fourth down, looking for the completion.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. The Sooners want to move quickly. Running back searching for a hole. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on first and 10.
Black 24. Black 24.
They'll give it to him again. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
And you see him consistently sticking with the run, staying balanced. As you get closer to the goal line, you're thinking the field starts to shrink. Now, do I have a jump ball wide receiver out wide I can throw the football to? How am I going to find that extra space and take care of the football while doing it?
Brought down after
got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.